I keep wondering when the hypocrisy, the slimy self-serving, and the blatant dishonesty will quiet enough for the nation to take a breath. But that doesn't seem to be in the cards. Mitch McConnell, a Republican of Kentucky, majority leader in the Senate, is the leader of the mob, all members of which seem to be able to make almost any nonsensical, self-focused thing come out of their mouths on command. McConnell's refusal of so much as a hearing for President Obama's Supreme Court nominee, Merrick Garland, lasted for 293 days. McConnell based his judicial roadblock on his factless claim that no president had ever had a court nominee reviewed in a president's last year in office. That McConnell's favorite, President Reagan, nominated Anthony Kennedy in his last year in office, and that Kennedy was vetted and voted to the court by a Democrat-controlled Senate, seemed to have escaped McConnell's attention. When it was pointed out to him, he continued to deny a hearing for Garland and continued to base his intransigence on his original lie. Now we're offered the spectacle of the Senate Judiciary Committee's hearings focused on Judge Brett Kavanaugh as President Trump's pick for the Supreme Court. We witnessed Chairman Chuck Grassley, Republican of Iowa, discharging his duties by refusing to make available to Democrats on the committee 90% of the documents pertaining to Kavanaugh. Included in the withheld documents are all those pertaining to his service in the George W. Bush White House, where he was part of the legal team and where torture was declared not to be torture, and other various legal atrocities were committed. Grassley refused parliamentary motions by Democrats to access that information and motions to delay hearings to accommodate a proper review of documents. He was ably assisted by Senator John Cornyn, Republican of Texas, who sprayed fatuous lies about the room. In June, attorney Cyrus Senai sent a letter to Chairman Grassley and ranking member Dianne Feinstein, Democrat of California, detailing the rampant sexual misconduct of Kavanaugh's mentor, Judge Alex Kozinski. Senai claimed this was important, pertinent information regarding the nomination of Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court. He and his information were ignored. Currently, there is an accusation of sexual assault committed by Kavanaugh. Without an independent review of the facts, a confrontation before the committee between the accuser and Kavanaugh would degrade the hearings into a he said, she said session, much like the debacle of Anita Hill's accusation of sexual misconduct by Justice Clarence Thomas in his 1991 hearings. That's why Kavanaugh's accuser has requested an FBI investigation, as well as asking that the committee hear witnesses testifying under oath about this alleged crime. President Trump is the only one who can order an FBI investigation, and he has refused to do that. Chuck Grassley is the only one who can call witnesses to testify before the committee, and he has refused to do that. Apparently, the president and the Republican leadership of the Senate Judiciary Committee believe that rape allegations aren't pertinent to decisions about a lifetime appointment to the highest court in America. The American people are left with a painfully obvious fact of partisan politics and self-serving actions being the only concerns of our Congress and President. Truth and integrity don't matter, nor does what is best for our country. The public approval of Congress is now at 17%. You do the math for the disapproval rating. Can you think of a reason why we would view these elected officials with such disdain? I knew you could. I'm Jack Altshuler.